About 1 in 5 Americans reported being sexually harassed in the workplace every year. Sexual harassment is a serious issue and it needs to be taken that way. Um, I believe that we could probably prevent sexual harassment in the workplace if we train people on what exactly sexual harassment is, and if we make sure they know that them coming forward to us is not going to have any consequences against them. We want people to come forward to us, and we want people to feel comfortable and not feel like they're being forced to work in any kind of environment that they're being sexually harassed. I currently work in HR at a plant, and being that about 80% of our employees are male, we do have a lot of sexual harassment cases. Um, Honestly, it's pretty typical for this area working in a plant, and it shouldn't be. I think that people definitely need to know that they can come forward and they won't have any consequences. There's two different kinds of sexual harassment: quid pro and hostile environment. Quid pro would be when a higher level employee, like a manager or a foreman or any kind of boss, is offering someone incentives for sexual favors or even threatening them if they do not do sexual favors. If anyone's bribing someone, offering them new schedules that they might want, a pay raise, a new job position, a new title, anything that would be an incentive to them, they're being forced to do any kind of sexual thing, it would be considered sexual harassment. They could even be threatening them with forced overtime or even losing their job, and that is considered quid pro sexual harassment. One single incident of quid pro is grounds for a lawsuit, and they can file for a lawsuit. And not only would they be filing for a lawsuit against the person doing this to them, they could also file against the company for not being aware and having more control over their employees. The other sexual harassment is hostile environment. This is when employees are being subjected to other employees making sexual comments, sexual jokes around them, pulling up any kind of picture or video on your phone near someone that's making them feel uncomfortable. One incident of this would technically not be grounds for a lawsuit, depending on the case, but continuous harassment could be a lawsuit, especially if they do come forward to their company and tell them what's going on and nothing's happened. Then that would definitely be grounds for a lawsuit. Another form of hostile environment is continuously asking someone out after they've continuously told you no. That is hostile environment harassment. And I think that both of these could be prevented if companies, especially the plants around here, were forced to do some kind of training to explain to them what kind of sexual harassment is and how they know that they are being sexually harassed, because some people might not even know that they are. And I also think that another way that we could help prevent this is having stronger consequences in the plant, like no time off with no pay, or ultimately being fired. And yes, so I think that sexual harassment is a very serious issue and it should be handled that way. And me working in HR, I deal with this a lot, and I think there's a lot of ways that we could help people and prevent this from happening in the workplace. It's not only up to them to come forward, but it's up to us to pay attention and be aware of anything that might be happening, because some people might not feel comfortable coming forward. They could be threatening them with other things too. So I hope that we can stop sexual harassment in the workplace.